What kind of content do you post on your page to get rapid page growth from massive engagement and shares as somebody who is just starting your brand or trying to intentionally grow your following? In this video, I'm going to do a deep dive into the types of content that I have seen over time that has led to page growth for myself and for my clients. Let's get right in. All right, welcome back. If you have not clicked the subscribe button under this video, this is a good time to do so. Every week a new video is going to pop up in your email on how to do marketing the right way and content, data, AI, and all the nice things I like to talk about on this channel. So today we're doing a deep dive into content that brings page growth for any kind of brand. It doesn't matter if you're a serious brand, a playful brand, a personal brand, a professional brand, whatever kind of brand you're trying to build on social media, on any social media platform, this types of content is going to grow your page like crazy fast. Okay, let's get right into it. Content type number one, tutorials. You see those very fast tutorials, crash courses that you give on a specific topic. If you can do a series of that, that is going to give you serious growth. And if you can niche down the tutorials in a particular industry, for instance, let's talk about some hair brands that you really admire. If you're in the natural hair industry, see the hair brands that teach you how to style your hair. And then, there's a way to style the natural hair. There's a way to style one wig in 4 ways. And it's just like a series, or sometimes they do it in one video where they're able to show you tutorials on how to achieve something, right? So think tutorials for your industry. And I know this does not work for every industry. So if tutorials does not work for you, stick around because I'm about to give you about 8 more kinds of content that will give you massive page growth. The second kind of content you want to think about is creative transitions. You see that content where you are literally transitioning in the middle of your posts, especially for videos. This brings a lot of page views. It brings a lot of shares because people are very much interested in creativity, things that just, break their attention span, make them interested, something creative, or what just happened, something just moved, and all of that. It's very important that you learn how to use creative transitions in your content. This increases attention retention on your page. Attention retention. The third kind of content that you want to do if you're trying to grow your page is how to use a tool. My good example here would be these pages that teach you how to use Canva, for example. So today they tell you how to achieve this font. They tell you how to wrap a text. They tell you how to edit a picture, how to add an outline. You see how gradually they are gathering people who want to make their fonts, their designs on social media look very organized. They are gathering those people to their pages. So think about how to use a tool in your industry. There's this girl I found on Instagram. She teaches people how to use Excel. There are crazy things I did not know that I could do with Excel, that just following her short videos have taught me how to do that. Sometimes she would do the next kind of content, which is where I'm going right now. And that is teaching on screen, like text on screen tutorials. That is where you're sharing your screen and you're taking people through a process. I personally have done that with my AI prompts, where I put in an AI prompt and I share the screen and I get people to see what the prompt generates, or I am dissecting an AI tool and people get to see what the AI tool is able to do just from my screen. Those kind of contents have brought as much as 200 million views to my page personally. And I have seen it across other brands who leverage them. So if you're trying to grow your page, think about your on-screen tutorials kind of content. Remember I mentioned the tutorial first. That's when you're literally just teaching something, you're not sharing any screen. But this particular one is like where you are showing the screen, you're showing the doing of what you're saying. Do you get? So that is another kind of content. The next kind of content that I've seen that brings a ton of results is the green screen kind of content. So in this kind of content, you literally will see people, you see a screen, going in their background, and then you see them on one corner of the screen and they're pointing as if they're teaching on a board, and they're literally explaining, they're pointing out informations on the screen because there isn't the green screen effect. If you can leverage this kind of content, you're going to have crazy following. You're going to have crazy engagements, shares, saves, and all of that. And those are the metrics for me that really, really matter if you're trying to do social media marketing, right? The other kind of content that I've seen that really goes very, very well in terms of building page views and engagement and followership is personal stories. Personal stories do so well. In terms of personal stories, I've literally seen people share about moving to different continents. I've seen people share about visa denials. I've seen people share about food. I've seen people share about travel. I've seen people share about marriage. I've seen people share about giving birth. And the reason why personal stories do so well is whatever it is you're going through, there are other people who are going through the same thing and are looking for solutions, right? There are also other people who are going through what you're going through, but don't have the confidence to share. So they will find your comment section a safe place to also offer advice. So they don't have to do the bulk work of creating the content, but they can feel like they belong in a community when they share their comments, right? And it is very, very, very important that if you want to do this kind of content, you look for topics that will bring people together, not divide them, right? So you don't want to always sound negative. You don't want to be the page where people come in and the comment is just very narcissistic. The comment is very demeaning. You want to build it as a healthy space so that it can grow and you don't bear the overwhelm, because at some point it's almost like every time you make a post, people are waiting to give an advice, to contribute, because they find your space to be safe. Do you understand? So if you want to do personal stories, do it from a point of positivity. That is what I would encourage you. Don't be the antagonist every time. Now, does this mean you can't call out bad things? You can, but always put in mind that this is a positive, safe space. There are safe spaces that are out there, but they're very negative. The energy is bad. And you will still, the funny thing is that the people you find in the comments of the negative places, you find them in the comment section of the positive places, and they're being positive, right? So it's all about how you think about your community and how you are able to put things together. Another kind of content I've seen that goes viral is the content that teaches people in a particular niche how to make money. Everybody loves the money conversation. Right? So if you want to do this kind of content, you want to first of all be identified as an authority in a niche or in an industry. And when you are identified as such, people will trust your advice because you've been there, done that, and now you're telling them how to achieve what you might have achieved, right? Or even teaching them what you're doing right now that is working. Literally, this kind of content also brings a lot of page growth. Okay? The other kind of content I've also seen that works is from this to that, right? So off the top of my head, the example that comes right now is a fashion designer, how I took this fabric from this to that, or a stylist, how I took this shirt from this to that. You've seen those kind of content, right? So it does well on Pinterest. It literally does well anywhere because people want to see transitions. They want to see growth. They want to see some spice. They want to see some drama, whatever. So how I took this from this to that. I've also seen this for interior decorators as well. There's a before and after, but the way you tell the story of the before and after is it makes the person stay for the long haul. They want to see, what happened there? How did they do that? Right? So curiosity is a tool. If you're trying to do content like that, you must learn how to spark curiosity with your hooks and your call to actions. All right. And the last but not the least is content ideas. If you are able to tell people in your industry or your niche what content has worked for you and what content they should post on their pages, you are always going to have page growth. Why? According to research, over 10,000 businesses go online every year. What it means is that every single year, there are new people who are coming online who are very confused about what content to post and how to post it. So if you're a content strategist, if you're somebody who talks about content, if you give those ideas, your page will always be buzzing. So I've literally done a rundown of about, 11 types of content right now that can give you page growth. My question is, which of them will you, who is watching this video, be implementing? It's not just to watch the video, it's to do the work, because the doing I know, my friend, is very hard, but trust me, you are more than capable if you just commit to it. I will see you in the next one. Remember to click the subscribe button before you jump up. See you in the next video.